As you start to cook more when you get older, have you ever noticed how much food scraps you're actually throwing away? Instead of going into the trash, couldn't they be composted and returned back to the land? At the beginning of the school year, when I walked into my dorm room, I was excited to finally cook and not have to rely on the dining hall for providing food. It was not long before I realized that there was no place for my friends and my roommates to place our food scraps, except for straight into the trash bin. This sparked conversation about composting right away, because we knew that the scraps could have been returned back to the earth instead of sitting with other piles of trash and rotting away. Considering that there are hundreds of students that live in residential halls on this campus, the tremendous amount of food waste can add up to a lot of unnecessary trash in landfills. The University of Rhode Island should implement a composting system in the dorm buildings with kitchens, because it saves resources and it improves the soil, which in turn reduces our hurtful impact on planet Earth. The University of Rhode Island should include a composting system within the dorm buildings because it can help save resources. When people throw away trash, there is energy that is wasted by collecting garbage and placing it in landfills. If people learn to compost instead, that energy would not be needed nearly as much. At the landfills, said food waste rots and turns into methane, a terrible gas that's bad for the climate and environment. Compost that is kept out of the landfill can avoid being incinerated and prevent producing this gas. Eliminating methane can help reduce a person's carbon footprint and can even reduce a whole community's carbon footprint if almost everyone participates. It would be beneficial for the university to allow composting in dorms so that they could save energy because less trash and composting would reduce methane gases. People may think that composting is a waste of time, but every small step counts. One less bag of trash in the landfill can produce much less methane. Every little bit counts, especially in a small community like the university. Instead of going to landfills, this food waste can go back to the land that it came from. Composting within the dorms is also great for the university because it helps enrich the soil and aids in great plant growth. This system enriches the soil because it retains moisture and replaces the use of chemical fertilizers. When food waste begins decomposing, nutrients get added to the soil, which can help create fertile ground for plants to grow and create a pleasant environment for growth without the harsh chemical fertilizers. This is especially great if one is trying to grow a garden or grow new plants in general. It would be beneficial for the university to compost because they have plenty of plants that need good soil to grow. This would be a better solution for using soil with natural nutrients as opposed to soils with chemical nutrients. Food waste that would normally be sent to a landfill can now become a part of the earth that can be used to create more food and nutrients for a friendly environment for people to live in. Composting should be included in dorms at this university because it is a simple solution that can make the campus as environmentally friendly as they claim to be. It would cut down on waste, which would then cut down on energy carrying the waste. The food can then be used to create nutrient-rich soil for the university to use as they please. A step in the right direction would be to inform the students what can be counted as compost, such as raw food scraps, and implement a place where students can drop off their own compost in the dorms that the university can take and start their own large compost pile. This is a practice that can really affect our community's environment and our general environment as a whole. It is important that we save Earth as much as we can while it still exists. It can provide students with the simple way to take care of their environment and produce less trash. One man's trash is Earth's greatest treasure.